superstition is part of humanity.
I was superstitious because I'm a dummy.
How can you possibly believe it?
There's nothing to believe. It's superstition is bullshit, but it's something that, you know, there's a lot of superstitions. People believe in the afterlife. People believe that they're going to be reincarnated. People believe that they're going to get laid if they buy a big dinner for somebody. People
You want to hear this?
People believe if you have some
The day
Tic
of a
Tacs,
game,
you're going to be able
when
to
we
kiss
were on the
them.
road, I'd go for a walk after a meal, and I would not step on the cracks in the sidewalk.
Yeah, Sparky
I was
Anderson.
like Nicholson in
Yeah,
that crazy
as good
movie.
as
Remember
good
when
as it
he-
gets. As good as it gets.
Yeah, yeah.
As good as it gets, that's it. But I also had a medal, St. Christopher medal, in my left pants, right on and every face-off, I would take off my right hand, my glove off my right hand, and I'd rub the medal if I wanted to win the face-off.
Cool.
Oh, you were rubbing all the time then?
No, because sometimes, you know, you don't want to overdo it.
You don't want
Yeah.
to tie. You don't want to put too much heat on St. Christopher.
I guess.
Well,
I had all sorts of stuff in my stall. I had the Chinese symbol. I had the four-leaf clover somebody sent me. I had the Jewish star, I think it was, they sent me. I had crosses, you name it, from every religion, whatever religion somebody sent me, I put it up in my stall.
Yeah, and look at Red Kelly with pyramid power. He had pyramids under the
And
bench.
the famous expression,
Against
Jesus
Philadelphia.
saves and Esposito
Why are
scores
you
on the
laughing,
rebound.
Barry?
Was that not the
I'm
greatest
done?
expression of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bumper sticker that said, Jesus saves,
Unbelievable.
Esposito scores on the rebound.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So going back to the Cubs last night, they said that there was more superstitious people doing things in the stands in the history. That's why I'm talking about superstition. So I'm following all the shit on the internet of what's going on. You know, like on the internet, there's a million things being said, right? But the biggest thing was everybody that was voting for the Cubs did something. Whether they did the sign of the cross, whether they didn't eat popcorn because they thought popcorn would give them bad luck, or they would just eat hot dogs,
Rally caps,
or
inside
all,
out.
all the stuff like. So you know, Bill Murray, they said that he cried that Chicago
And
won.
why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he? Frank,
A
do you
lot
know how
of
many
people-
people were probably praying last night where they had money on the game? You
That's
would
a
have
good
died
point.
if you had money on that game.
I think there was a lot of
Because all
people,
the stress.
I think there was a lot of people who had money on the game, but I think a lot of people had emotional investment
Both.
last night.
There was both.
My cousins are from Chicago, born and raised. Their grandfather immigrated. My mother's father's brother immigrated to Chicago. They were very well-known people, very tough people. And last night they were at that game, and they all cried. Very tough guys, all cried that Chicago Cubs won the World Series.
Some of the best Italian food I've ever had was in Chicago. The Italian community is so, as you well know, your cousins. But oh, the emotion.
Is the Bartman thing over with? Can we finally put that to rest? Can the guy live a life now? Can he get out of jail now? Figure right out. He was put in mental prison. This guy.
You know, and no one could get a hold of him. He just disappeared. He
the-
changed his name and moved away. And there's Murphy, the billy goat. You know, chop him up and have a nice little
I believe he's long gone.
goat roti.
I believe Murphy is long gone.
Oh, I know. They keep naming them Murphy, though, right?
Yeah, but I think that sometimes I agree with Bill Waters. Superstitious is stupid. Being superstitious is superstitious. It's an oxymoron.
But you know what? When you think about it, it is. It's kind of silly. But if that's what inspires you, that's what gets you thinking that okay, I got
Positive.
I'm going to tell you. I used to go on the Mystic River Bridge, and if we won the game, I went to the same toll booth.
Is this in Boston, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did. In the playoffs, if we won, I'd come home, put my suit, take all my clothes off, put them in the closet, and put something else on. Next game, wear the same darn thing.
Well, I've been playing goal since I was 12 because I used to be a defenseman when I started playing hockey, and my coach said, "Listen, we can't have you playing out there anymore because you're fighting with everybody. You're even fighting with the fucking ref." So they put me in that. So before every game, I ate the same thing, and even today at my age, I still eat the same thing before a game.
What?
I'm not going to
Okay,
tell
there
you.
you go.
He won't tell us.
I won't tell you. But and you used to take an aspirin. You took an aspirin before every game.
One aspirin before every game.
Before every game.
Why?
And Martin Brodeur, I interviewed him and I talked to
I
him.
know why he did it,
He
Phil.
drinks a 7-Up. He drank a 7-Up.
A lot of
before
these
every game.
guys did. A lot of these.
Marty Brodeur would drink a 7-Up before every game.
Phil, was it because of dehydration?
No.
Yeah, why the aspirin, Vespo?
Superstitious.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's got to be a reason
Phil,
why. You,
was
I don't know. I just would have a little bit of a headache, and
There's the
I
answer.
do it.
But
And
it
then
was also a little bit of superstition, wasn't it? I think
it also lets you the blood flow a little bit more.
well, it
Yeah,
thins the
it
blood. It's a
thins the
blood
blood.
thinner.
Hey, you're right, Phil. That an aspirin before up in the morning, every morning, is going to make your likelihood of having a stroke much less.